What's up, guys? This is Pedro from My Stuttering Life. On this podcast, we are going to talk about our challenges and our triumphs, and so that anyone around the world can truly know that you are not alone. So let's get started. This is episode number 147, and my special returning guest, how cool is that, is Andrew Simpson. Andrew is currently 25 years old, and he is working on the accounting team at Colliers International in their Columbus, Ohio office. Andrew is a proud graduate of Capital University, where he was a student athlete on the men's golf team. I am honored to have him as a returning guest with me on the My Stuttering Life podcast. Welcome, Andrew Simpson.
Thanks again for having me on here again. I look forward to this.
Sir, this is a huge honor to have a returning guest, and so I mean this is a huge honor, and so I thank you, and so I had you on a couple of years ago, and so I mean we had talked about a whole bunch of topics. However, I want to get a couple of updates. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go with our handful of questions. So, what has changed for you since we last spoke?
Yeah, so I think the last time that us two spoke, it would have been 2019, I think. So it's been, I was, that time I would have been a sophomore in college. So I got on with college in 2023. And I started a job, being as in an accounts payable specialist, and I was not sure if that was the correct path at that time for me. So then I decided to switch things up, and I moved to Charlotte at the end of 2023, and I started to work in the golf industry. So I was there for about a year, and I liked it. It was good, but something kind of told me I needed to come back to Columbus here now. So I came back here in the fall, this past fall, and I got extremely lucky, and I got a job as an accountant at Colliers. So I've been there now for about 6 months, and it's been awesome so far. So, yeah.
Ooh, sir, that is awesome. I mean, I'm so happy to hear that. And so I just have a couple of, follow-ups, because in our initial interview, you were at the halfway point in college. So how was your entire college experience with having a stutter?
I would say it was pretty good. So I played golf in college as well, and it was an awesome experience. And I think playing a sport in school, it kind of taught me discipline and in my junior and senior years, I was actually the team captain as well, and I think that was kind of a thing that you don't think of a person that can't speak as much, that to be a team captain. And I kind of embrace that role I had. And I just tried to lead by example. And I like that a lot. And I'd say, as a whole, the college experience was awesome for me.
How cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to continue on and get a master's, or just kind of hold off on that?
Probably not. I'm actually planning to try to become a APA though. So I'm currently preparing for that exam. It'll probably take me the next 10 months, 12 months or so. So that's my current goal right now. And yeah, I'd say the toughest part of school was like presentations. It's always hard. That was not fun, but I think it kind of got to a point that I was like, just try to embrace the grind. Just try your best, and like, it is what it is. So
how cool. And and so you are in a high demand, career field, because I have a CPA, and I mean, I rely on her. Let me tell you, I just bring her a box, throw in all my receipt. I mean, I feel horrible, but I mean, she's a CPA. So I throw everything in a box, and here you go. And she works on it. And I mean, it's just, she is awesome. So I'm so happy for you to head on in there and just hit the books and study every day. You got this. You got this. It's just awesome. Okay, now.
Thank you.
Have you noticed any changes in how you approach speaking situations or handle blocks since we last spoke?
I think compared to college, it slightly changed, I guess. I would say at this point I've got a lot more blocks than I used to. And I'm not exactly sure how that happens or whatever. So it kind of depends on the day, but I think I try to go in to the office with a positive attitude, and kind of just accept that you might block and you might struggle that day to speak. But I've been super blessed with just fantastic coworkers who are super understanding. So at this point, I don't get like scared to block or whatever. I think it's kind of expected almost, so it's not like a huge deal at this point. But in terms of how I approach it, yeah, I mean, I don't change much. No, I don't know.
See, and it is awesome that you have, coworkers who are supportive and who are helpful,
Yeah,
because let me tell you, Andrew, when I'm training, I always have a co-trainer. And, when I have a block, and, a 9 times out of a 10, I will get it out. But on that one time, I can rely on my co-trainer to just call it out, to help
mm-hmm. Yeah,
me out. And I appreciate that. Because I mean, we
yeah,
are a team, and we have a job that we have to do, and we have to do it. And if I have a block, there are days where I do get it out, but there are days where it doesn't. But I have an amazing team of co-trainers, and they will help out. So
yeah,
I am happy to hear in you also um that you also have that at um your job, which is just,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, woo, I love to hear that. Okay, now, so have you had any major, breakthroughs or setbacks that you would like to share?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think in terms of breakthroughs, um, I'd say around the summer of last year, towards the end of this summer, I guess. I was in Charlotte, and I liked it. I just, I was not sure if the current job I had at that point, uh, it was just like, this is probably not for me at that point. So I'd say it. So I came back home, and I think I was kind of in a spot that I wasn't sure the next step. Um, so I actually got this job I got right now, and I think it was like a huge uh thing for me. It was almost like a step up. Like the I would say it's a gr- 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 great company for sure. So I think it's been huge for me, my, my career. So that's been good. I would say at the same time, though, I'd say setback, though. I'd say my speech got pretty bad. Probably at the end of this past year, still to this day, it's not great. Compared to the past, I guess. So it's kind of been tough these last 3-4 months or whatever it's been, of trying to accept that it's not great and trying to practice and continue to just have a positive attitude about it. I mean, because as you know, the bad A's are hard. So, I'd say that was a setback, and it still is, but I am confident that it'll improve again. So, yeah.
So, two things. And so, in that, a job in which you have right now, how was the job interview? Because as you know, everyone is like, Pedro, ask him about the job interview, because I get that asked a lot. So how did
yeah,
it's ingrained in my head. So how did you handle the job interview? Because I mean, it is it's a little hokey pokey for us who have a stutter.
Yeah. So I for this one, it was actually that day before, I was like super nervous, like extremely nervous. And I was like not so much about my speech. It was just like I kind of knew that it's a great opportunity for me. So I was kind of just like try to not screw this up almost. And I think it was at like 8:30 in the morning or whatever, and I was driving there, and I was like so nervous, like just scared about the speech, I guess, but in terms of like not knowing how they will like react to it. So I would say it went pretty good, though, to be honest. In hindsight, I'd say to this day, it was like a thing that it was like meant to be almost, since I like felt like extremely close with the 4 or 5 people who interviewed me, and I think I actually accepted the job that next day. So I mean, it was all good, I guess. So
Because I mean, a regular, a one-on-one job interview, is stressful. But if it's a panel, come on, Andrew, let's keep it real.
Yeah, it's hard.
Panel.
Yeah, it's hard.
Each person has a question or two for you, and so here I am. I'm trying to focus on the first person. And then there are others who are they are waiting. And so, yeah. So I did a lot of deep breathing. And then also, I wanted to follow up. Did you disclose or not?
Yeah, I did. I think I told my current boss right now. I think I told her like the day before or so, kind of just to be like, hey, I've got a speech impediment. So, could you just please be patient? So that was that. But in terms of like the questions that they're gonna ask me during it, I would say it's harder for us almost, since it's like I'm trying to think about how I'm going to say it, but at the same time, I'm trying to think about the response. So it's hard. Yeah.
Ooh, Andrew, I don't have to tell you, Andrew. Woo.
Right.
In our heads, we are doing
Oh,
what I call
it is flying.
a mental, gymnastics. Because I know all the words. However, there are a handful which I know I will have a hard time with. So as I'm still talking in my brain, I'm switching them, and I'm at the end. I'm exhausted, Andrew. I am exhausted, but I don't have to tell you that, sir. And then also, I can't hide this. In job interviews, I can't. I tell everybody. And so after I have it out there so that everybody knows this is what you're going to see, this is what you're going to hear. And after I get it out there, I can now focus on the questions, because we have enough pressure, Andrew. We got enough pressure on us. And so, I tried to help out Pedro as much as I can, because at the end of the day, we want that job. So yeah. And then also, I want to also piggyback on what you had stated earlier, of when you were talking about a setback. You had made a comment, a most important one, because I wrote it down. A most important one in that we have to practice. You hit it right on the nose, Andrew Simpson. I tell everybody, I preach this to the world. Any coach will tell you, if you want to improve on anything, you got to practice. And Andrew, I don't have to tell you, this is hard work. I spent half a year just practicing to say my name for half a year, Andrew. That every I did it in the morning, I did it in the evening for half a year. And after that half a year, I can do it. Hi, good morning. I'm Pedro Pena. How may I help you? And then the telephone, Andrew.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on. I'm holding.
Oh,
I'm old, Andrew.
Wow.
So I'm holding, to all those who are hearing the audio version, a rotary telephone from the 70s. This is what we had, Andrew, back in the day. And so if you hit it, it goes. I said, even the telephone is making fun of me. I said, no. And so, how I had learned to handle the telephone, because that was my nemesis. Because I told myself after high school, I got to work. I got to have a job. And that means I have to learn how to use a telephone. So I bought a corporate one off of eBay that looked just like the ones that I had in my office. For 6 months, Andrew, I don't have to tell you, I practiced every single day. In my head, I had to pretend on how to make a call, and then also I also pretended on how to take a call. And so for half a year, all day long, I did it. And it was a lot of hard work. However, at the end, I didn't have any more anxiety. I did not have any more fear. What I had was, it was now boring. And so at my job, when the telephone, when it would ring, I did not have heart palpitations. I did not have a panic attack. I did not have any fear, anxiety.
Good.
I handled that phone. Hi, good morning. I'm Pedro Pena. How may I help you? And that's like,
Jeez.
what I did, because we
that's hard
have to
work.
practice. I mean, we have to.
Yep.
I mean, for everybody else, it's super easy. But for us, we have to work 1,000 times harder. But here's what I tell everybody. You want us on your team. You want to hire us because we work so hard. And then also we are creative, resourceful, and resilient. We do not give up. And that's a huge asset for us out in the whole world. So I'm so proud of you, Andrew. Woo, that is so awesome, sir. Let's rock and roll. All right. Okay, now, so here's a hot topic. I want to talk about relationships. As you know, it's a little hokey pokey for everybody, but for us, it's a little bit, more difficult. So how are you doing in the, a relationship, area?
I don't know. I'd say I'm doing okay. I'd say in the past, I've had like 3 girlfriends in the past. 2 of those were in school. And I was kind of talking to a person for 6 to 8 months or whatever this past year and stuff. Or I'd say it's fine. I'd say going on like a first date is hard. I try to disclose it beforehand. It's obviously still hard though. I'd say I've been super blessed in terms of, I'd say all the people I've ever talked to or and in a relationship have all been super patient. So that's been great. And I would say it certainly is tougher, I guess, to be in one if the person is not patient. So I don't think I'm going to find myself with a person that's not like that. And I think I try to explain to people that like this is me, but I don't think that this defines me though. And I think I can bring a lot more to the table. So I think if I just can prove that it shouldn't be a problem. I think for me, it's been a thing that I don't try to go out there to search for that perfect person, since I'm not that, and I don't expect that. I think at this point in my life, I certainly am trying to find a person. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure at some point it probably will. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I'd say a great story I've got about that is my girlfriend from the past was trying to like help out in terms of like drive-throughs and stuff. Since from I would say top 3 hardest things for my speech or phone calls, drive-throughs, and presentations. And we were at, I think, Chick-fil-A or something. And I'd say in the past, he would order for me, just and so it was always easier. But I was just like, "Can I do it this time?" And she was like, "Sure, yeah." Oh, I did it. It was obviously bad, since it always is. Um, but um, that next day or something, like I was just talking to her, and it was like the first time for her that it was like being there to experience it firsthand for her to see that was like, I can't imagine how hard that is for you. And like, it hurt me to see that and stuff. And I was like, yeah, like it is hard, obviously, but like, I don't want that to affect what you think. Like, it's like, it shouldn't hurt you. Like, I was like, I don't want that. I don't want you to feel bad for me. Like, it's not, yeah. Oh, I don't know, but
I mean,
that's that.
but I mean, to have, a person in which you care about her and she cares about you and she's helping you
Yeah.
and you're helping her. I mean, in my book, it's all good. It's all good. However, there are times in which, I do want to do it. I like you, and I do have a hard time. However, I just do it. It's all good. I get it over with, and then we eat because we have to eat, Andrew. We got to eat.
Right.
I've been eating way too much lately, but that's a whole other topic. And so anyway, I want to follow up. So, as you were, talking about your speech has gotten, a little more, difficult. Are you reaching out to a therapist or to help you out?
Yes, I was in speech pretty much my whole life. I stopped towards the end of college. And then I started again not too long ago, actually. I started probably in December. And it's been okay so far. I think most of the things that I practice in speech are the same things I was practicing before. But I think I'm just this automat in terms of my career and everything. It's just not the same as like school. Like to speak in school, it's not the same as it is I'm out here. And so I think I'm trying to practice talking to strangers since just to try to push myself outside my comfort zone. And I also talked to my speech therapist about how, and I actually, my boss, Rachel this past Tuesday, I think it was, about like how it's crazy to me how if I speak at the same time as someone else, I'm like completely fluent. So I kind of saw that in speech, so I started to talk to my speech therapist about that. And I still don't quite grasp how that happens. It is a crazy thing to me. I was just showing it to her, 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 her for fun. And I think it was like, holy smokes, like that is crazy, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, I know. And so I'd say I'm trying to go to speech about twice a month right now. So I plan to continue that until I get to a point that I feel like I don't have to go quite as much, and I can talk fluent enough. So.
See, and I mean, it's a head scratcher, Andrew. I mean, it's a head scratcher. Here's the crazy part. When I am in a, 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 a church, and when everyone has to talk at the same time, here goes Pedro. Every single word comes out, and I mean, it's a long prayer, and I mean, everyone in the whole church is speaking it at the same time, and every single nuance, every word, every syllable, every vowel just flows, Andrew.
Flows
out. It comes out like a butter.
Right. You know? Yeah, it does. Yeah,
so it does. It's a head scratcher, and it's just crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, sir, I am right there with you. I'm right there with you. Okay, now, so have you done anything recently that you never thought you'd do because of your stutter?
That's a great question. I don't think so recently. No. I would say just trying to talk on the phone, and go through drive-throughs a lot more, just because no, it's hard. So I'd say besides those two things,
I mean, just have to practice, and practice. However, if you eat out every day, I would not do that, Andrew, because I'm doing that, and you know.
No, I know.
I'm like 100 pounds, so I got to stop doing that, Andrew. I have to cook at home. But I mean, there's some good food here in town.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yeah, I have a tough time to not pack my to pack my lunch. I certainly spend a lot on fast food here.
Sir,
but,
I have to tell you, the struggle is real.
Yeah, it is.
I love me some Taco Bell and some Whataburger and Luby's and Papacitos, and yes, sir, the struggle is real. All right, so here is our final question. So, what is one message that you want to leave our listeners uh, uh, with today that you did not say the last time?
I would say if there's any kids tuning into this who are growing up right now, I would say that as tough as it is, at that age, or like especially from like 12 to 15, I'd say from me it was hard then, since it's like changes are obviously occurring and everything, and I would say just try your best to not let your speech define you, because I'd say the bad times are bad, but the bad times will not last forever. And like, I would say personally, I'd say I defied a few odds of like playing a sport in college, graduating, and the to get through that is certainly tough, but it's great to know that uh there are people who have circumstances the same as you, who have gotten through things. So I would say just continue to push yourself to be a better person each day. And I think in turn that will help your speech as well. And I would just say, like, don't be afraid to try to seek help. If you, I mean, especially these days, like, mental health, is like a huge thing right now. And I can speak from that firsthand, that it's not hard to get caught up in that trap of like this is a tough thing that I got out with, but at the same time you just gotta remind yourself that God gave you this because that he knew that you could handle it. So I try to continue to remind myself that as well. And I would just say, take the help you need and tried to be a positive impact, and you're gonna find success in the world for sure. And yeah, I guess that's it. Just embrace the grind.
See, and that is a great message, sir. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And this is why I do this.
Thank you.
This is why I do this, Andrew, because I talk to awesome people from all over the world, just like you. And we are doing our thing. We have careers.
Yep.
I mean, we are in relationships. Every single day, and pardon my French, but we are, kicking ass and taking names. Because we are truly awesome. And I am so proud of you, sir. I'm so proud of you. Hold on, where is it? Here we go.
Thank you very much.
So proud of you. This is like super awesome. And I just have one piece of advice. All right. So as you are studying for the CPA exam, just hold off on a girlfriend. You gotta focus, Andrew. Believe me.
Yeah, I do.
Struggle is real. But just hold off on just, having that girlfriend and just hit the books. Because afterwards, you can have a party and throw it up. However, right now, you got to study and make that 100 and pass it and be a CPA, because that is truly awesome. And I am so proud of you, sir.
Yes. Thanks again for this. It was awesome to speak to you again.
And then also, you always have an open invitation. So whatever happens, Andrew, if you, have a promotion, or if you are getting married, just hop on back here and let's talk about it. Because
for sure.
We are awesome. We're courageous. We're creative, resilient, and resourceful. And we're just #awesome. And so if many of my global listeners want to reach out, to you because you're #awesome, how would they do that?
So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I think my tag should be on the post here. You can reach out to me, I guess on my Instagram as well. It should also be on here as well. I'd say those are the two best spots.
I will have the links in the podcast in the podcast, notes. And so that way anybody around the world can hop on there and reach out to you, because you are awesome, sir. And once again, I want to thank you. This is a huge honor to have a returning guest. It fills my heart. And I wish you, sir, I wish you nothing but success in this world.
Thank you very much. Same to you. It was a huge honor to have this platform to hear my story on here. So,
thank you, sir. I hope you have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. Have take care, be well, and as always, stay safe.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If you like this podcast, head on over to Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you for listening, and we will talk again.